Hello and welcome to Not Gambling Advice, the baseball betting stream on the Just Baseball Network. It is Friday, and I think it's May 19th. Yes, it is May 19th. And today, I got you for 3 MLB best bets on BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks. Use code JBFANS. It's JBFANS. Wager $10 on any MLB moneyline and receive $100 in bonus bets. I know the people who've already used our code see these bonus bets start to keep happening because you'll get your bonus bets when you sign up, but every Wednesday and Saturday, BetMGM is loading more bonus bets in for all MLB bettors. We're in a kind of a boat of our own. They ain't giving it to NBA. They ain't giving it to NHL. MLB bettors are getting bonus bets on BetMGM. For anyone new, remember this is a competition. So at the end of this season, whoever has the most units will win World Series tickets. If I win, and as you can see the leaderboard, I'm doing pretty damn well. If I win, I'm giving out my World Series tickets to a subscriber of this Twitch channel. Thank you guys for coming in. We stream every day from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern, at least Monday through Friday, in order to give you winners. We got a packed show today. I'm going to give you my MLB best bets. We're going to go over the model, and then we have 21 picks. We got a bunch of people coming on to give their picks. We're going to go through all the games. Feel free to fill up the chat with all your betting questions. We'll be answering them throughout the show. And remember, today also we are doing a Prize Picks community 5-piece, right? We've lost our first 2, and it's honestly been kind of my fault. Well, the second time it was my fault. The other time, I think we lost on James Paxton. He gave up a 2-run home run. In the beginning, we had over 2.5 run runs. That ended up losing. Today, we're going to win it. And honestly, I heard a great pitch on Book It with Trent Stream, about Brittany Griner over 18.5 points. I want to take that. I want that to be a part of it. It's up to you, though. It's a community entry. So if you have yet to download Prize Picks yet, you want to tail along, use code JustBaseball for a full 100% deposit match. All right, we've gone through all that. Time to get to the recap of Wednesday, because yesterday we took the off day. There was only 6 games. I didn't like anything on the board, so again, I'm not going to force you to do something. I'm not going to force any plays, but guess what? We won again, right? If we can win a unit every single day, I will take that. Baltimore versus Los Angeles, under 9. That game ended 3-1. Absolute no-brainer play. Easy cash. Cleveland versus Chicago White Sox ended on a push. The White Sox bats, give them credit. They came to play, but it ended up 7-2. We had under 9 pushed. What are you going to do? Still made a unit, and I'm planning on making about 3 units today because I got you for 3 MLB best bets. Producer Cohen, let's start in Washington. Because we're going to watch the Detroit Tigers play the Washington Nationals at 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Now, this game is not very entertaining, right? But that's why you come to me. That's why I've been successful in MLB, because I bet the games that nobody's thinking about. And I find value where no one else can find it. I'm not the best of all time, but I feel like I'm pretty damn good at betting on games that absolutely stink. And this is one of them. All right, let's get into why I like it. So Matthew Boyd is not nearly as bad as his 6.47 ERA is going to tell you. His 4.32 xERA and 4.92 FIP are going to tell us that, and he's pitched much better before his last start. His ERA skyrocketed after he allowed 5 earned runs in less than 2 innings against the Mariners in his previous start. Before that, he allowed 3 runs or less in 5 of 6 starts to start the year. He's kind of that back-end pitcher that's kind of fine. And on the surface, he has a relatively tough matchup today because the Nationals' clearly better split is against left-handed pitching, rocking a 115 WRC+. Excellent. Very solid. But Nationals are going to have to travel today. They're going from Miami to Washington, D.C. without an off day. No easy task. So it's projected, or at least I projected in watching baseball, I assume you can assume that the bats come out a little bit slower today. But it's not just because of the travel, right? Maybe that's a small edge, but we pile small edges on top to create a larger edge. Another edge, Matthew Boyd, the one thing that he does well is he allows soft contact. He does a good job of limiting hard contact. ranks in the 83rd percentile in Major League Baseball. That's nearing elite levels. And while the Nationals, they have been good against left-handed pitching, what they do is they kill you with 1,000 paper cuts. But the Tigers, weirdly enough, they are top 10 this year in outs above average. Very good defensive team. The Nationals, against lefties, not just overall, against lefties, they're ranked 26th in hard hit rate. I don't think they're going to have that good of a day against Matthew Boyd. Because when I first came to you, I was like, all right, I think the Nationals actually have a good shot at winning this game. But when I looked into it, I was like, do they actually have a good matchup against Matthew Boyd? I don't think they do. But on the flip side, we have Jake Irvin, who's a decent back-end guy. He's coming off his worst start of the season, allowing 6 runs in 4 2/3. But before that, he put together 10 2/3 while only allowing 1 earned run before this start. In that start against the Mets, his ERA was 11.57, but his FIP was 2.01. He got incredibly unlucky, and I believe he's due to bounce back. The Tigers feature baseball's worst offense against right-handed pitching with a 76 WRC+. They also have the lowest OPS in all of baseball against right-handed pitching at 632. Not only are they going to face a right-hander on the mound, but when you look at the Nationals bullpen, first of all, they're well rested. Second of all, a lot of them are righties. So they're going to see a righty, then 3 more righties or 4 more righties. It's going to be tough for them to manufacture offense. And when we just look at the Tigers bullpen, because again, Matthew Boyd maybe allows 2 runs through 5. I don't think he's going to get crushed. But what's going to happen after, right? Why not the first 5? Because of the bullpen advantages. The Tigers, their bullpen ranks 13th in ERA and 3rd in WHIP. Don't let anybody tell you that the Tigers bullpen isn't very good. They have some good guys back there. Jake Foley, Alex Lang, I could continue. So again, Nationals money line would be the pick, but I actually think the Tigers bullpen and Matthew Boyd have a decent day today. So what's my favorite pick from this game? The under 9. So let's look on BetMGM right now, because I know that line has been jumping up and down. And would you play this at 8.5 or not? Let's look at it. Because when we look at the model, like if you guys go to ballparkpal.com, it still has 8.5 at plus 111. So basically what the model is telling us is they think the line should be at 8. So you're still seeing value there. Let's see. So because I put 1.1 units on it, so it could be kind of a case of, all right, maybe you just lower the unit size at 8.5. Excuse me, hiccups. I'm a toddler, I guess. Where is this game? On BetMGM right now, the total's at 8.5 at minus 105. What I would do, instead of put 1.1 units on it, I would just put a unit on it at 8.5 at minus 105. Right? You're going to win about 0.94-ish. Still like it at that number. Still showing value on the model. I think the total should be at 8. So the fact that it's at 8.5, decent value. 9, a lot of value. That's why I took it at 9. And the fact that the same thing happened. Orioles, Angels, right? I gave you the line at 9. It dropped to 8.5 at this exact number. It ended 3-1. So I always ask people, people always ask, would you take it at 8.5? Would you take it at 8.5? When you heard my breakdown, did you like it? Does it make sense? And I don't say that sarcastically at all, right? It's just all the questions I ever get, would I take it at the line movement? It's up to you, right? I try my best to give you the best plays possible, and I would take it at 8.5. But you have to ask yourself, do you like that reasoning? Do you think it matches up? Do you like the matchup? And if you think 8.5 is still a good number, take it, because it's exactly what happened with Orioles Angels, and that game ended 3-1. I still like the under at 8.5. I would still take it at 8.5. Me personally, I would lower the unit size a little bit because the value's a little bit gone. But for you, if you like the reasoning, you see still value, then take it at 1.05 units at 8.5, because that's what it is right now. All right, let's continue. We got another play. Actually, we got 2. So we're going to go to Kansas City. And by Kansas City, I mean we're going to go to Chicago to talk about this Kansas City Royals versus Chicago White Sox game at 8:10 p.m. Eastern. The pitching matchup is Zach Greinke versus Michael Kopech. You see that on the board. I hate this pick as much as you do. But at the same time, who the hell are the White Sox to be favored minus 130? Who are they? Michael Kopech has a 7.59 ERA and is in the 5th percentile in hard hit rate. Say what you want about the Royals. This is the matchup where they should feast. this today. And they've been hitting the ball hard, but the results often haven't been there. Against the guy who allows a lot of hard contact, this is when they start to rake. Kopech threw against them in 3 separate times last season with poor results. In 12 innings, he allowed 8 earned runs to give him a 6.00 ERA. Through 39 plate appearances against this Royals current roster, 343 xWOBA, 514 expected slug. Not very good. I noticed that Michael Kopech's earned run prop is minus 115 towards the over. Now it's minus 120, and Greinke's is minus 110. Interesting, right? Zach Greinke, also another kind of weird thing about that. Go look at to record a win. Why is Greinke plus 175 and Michael Kopech is plus 215? Now, Zach Greinke is not someone who I really like to tail. At home, yeah. On the road, not so much. Look at that. Look at that frame there. I mean, he is just not that good of a pitcher. But I actually think he could be moderately successful today. Against the White Sox, right? He's got a big sample size, 138 plate appearances against the White Sox current roster. 313 xWOBA, 432 expected slug. Both lower than Michael Kopech and considerably lower. And the White Sox, they rank 22nd in WRC+, 24th in hard hit rate against right-handed pitching. It's just not an offense I'm afraid of. Now, both bullpens are towards the bottom in most statistics, but the Royals bullpen is not only more well-rested, but they perform better by ERA, by FIP, by XFIP, by Sierra, by WHIP. That's 5 different categories that you want to look at bullpens by. They beat them in all 5. They're more well-rested. White Sox coming off that series against the Guardians where they had to use a lot of their quality arms. But it's the Royals, and they're not very good. They're the underdog for a reason, right? But if you go to ballparkpal.com, you notice that the Royals are minus 130 on the model, and I agree with them. The Royals are going to win 65 games this year. There are games where they're going to win. This feels like one of those games. Matchups like this is where the Royals win. And again, model has them around minus 129. Let's do a quick refresh of the model because I think, if I'm not mistaken, lineups are submitted. Let's see what the model says for them right now. Minus 129. 56.3% implied winning percentage. I think they win today, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. Give me the Royals plus 120. And you might be wondering, let's see what the line is now. Because remember, I send these out to, my subscribers the night before. Right now, they're plus 110, so we even see good line movement there, too. I'd still take it at plus 110. I honestly would take it at plus 100 because I think they win the game. And I think the line should be around minus 105, minus 110. So I'm still, as long as it's plus money, I would take it. As long as it's plus money, I would take it. Give me the Royals today. It's going to be gross. It's not going to be that fun, but I do think that they win today. I'm doing alt under 9.5. I don't know if I would do that for that. I don't know if it's worth it to buy those numbers. Does anyone else play hits, runs, RBIs, and prize picks? I personally love it. We're going to have plenty of those today. So definitely on prize picks. Yeah, we played on prize picks. On DK, value's not good. So I'm going to play it on prize picks. Yeah, and if you want to use the code, you can even get some free coin right here. Right here. Wait. Right there. How's the finger, Con? Yeah, I'm almost there. We'll work on it. All right, so let's get to our third game. And honestly, ladies and gentlemen, kind of nervous about this one. I got a weird feeling about it. And I don't know why. I should love it so much. But something's giving me the heebie-jeebs. That's why I only put a unit on it. I'm not laying minus 160. So let's break it down. We're going to go to Texas Rangers versus Colorado Rockies today. And the pitching matchup is Carl Kaufman versus Martin Perez. And I'm going to run you through the systems. Then I'm going to talk about Carl Kaufman. And then I'm going to tell you why I'm a little bit nervous. Actually, let's start with Carl Kaufman first. So this season, Carl Kaufman's ERA in AAA is rather inflated due to playing in the PCL. And the PCL is basically like you're playing in the minor leagues on the moon, right? There's stadiums in New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, I think it is, and a lot of elevation. So the ERA is not that big of a deal. Obviously, 7.78 is still really bad, but I would say he's around a 4 ERA guy in the minors. we won't completely hold that against him. But what we can still hold against him is the fact that his walk to strikeout ratio compared to his innings is still garbage. In 101 innings in AAA, he has 57 walks and 86 Ks. So you'd like to see a guy with more strikeouts than innings pitched. He has less, and he has a ton of walks. So we know the system, right? We fade a rookie pitcher on the road making his debut. And that's what he's going to do today. He's going to go up to Texas, and he's going to face a Rangers team that is 4th in WRC+, and they are getting Corey Seager back. He actually came back, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago, but he's back, and they're ready to roll. So, here are the systems. Well, first, also, let's talk about Martin Perez, right? Because he's on the other side. The reason why I don't love this is just because I just do not trust Martin Perez in any sort of facet. But at the same time, I keep waiting for the Rockies to kick it in gear against lefties. They rank 26th in baseball in WRC plus against lefties. 26th. And they're without CJ Cron in the lineup today. And Martin Perez's quality of contact against the Rockies has been superb. 223 xWOBA, 292 expected slugging. I mean, that's elite numbers in 47 plate appearances. So here are the systems. Fading a rookie pitcher on the road. But the thing is, why I always get nervous is we're not exactly taking a system today. But the thing is, the Rangers are so expensive, both the first five and the run line. So it's like shit. But here are the systems. The system for fading a rookie pitcher on the road is taking the first five money line. We're not today, right? But the first five money line is 4-1-1 this season. Last season won at a 62% rate, which didn't include 3 pushes. Historically, also fading the Rockies full game money line after a homestand at Coors, right? We talk about this all the time. Rockies just played 2 straight home series. Now they travel. It's not often a good spot for them. They have a 68% win rate. The other team does on the money line, winning 88-42, 14% ROI. These are great systems. So why is this making me nervous? Well, first of all, the model hates it. They think the Rockies should be plus 107 on the money line. I keep thinking to myself, why? Why? Well, the model generally is not going to like Martin Perez, so okay. But that much scares the living daylights out of me. So I'm not going to lay the juice because technically taking the first 5 run line is not taking the system, right? But I can't, minus 220 on the first 5? What do I think is going to happen today? I think the Rangers take care of it. We'll see. I think it's still worthy of a unit, right? It's just like you're not seeing me go like, let's go 1.6 units. We're laying it. Biggest juice of the year. We're not doing that. I still think 1 unit is good enough. I mean, I played it, right? It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm pitching it to you and like maybe you should play it. I played it. I got a unit on it. But of these 3 plays, even though this fits so many systems, it is my least confident play today. But I still think it hits. I still like it. And it's worthy of a unit. Do you understand why I'm kind of fidgety? I hate laying juice. You guys know that. I hate laying juice. I still think it's going to hit. Let's go. I think it's going to hit. Rockies suck against lefties, Producer Cohen. Suck against lefties. We're supposed to think that they're good, but they're not. I don't like tailing Martin Perez ever, no matter what. His xERA is like 1 billion. Ugh. Let's go. And you're probably wondering, well, Peter, take the over then, right? Take the over. You're afraid of Martin Perez. The thing is why I still like it. Rockies coming off that series, their bats always come out slow. Always. That's why the money line is so profitable. So it's like, I think, but it's like, are the Rangers going to struggle against frickin' Carl Kaufman? If they do, I don't know ball. I don't know what to tell you. If they struggle against this guy who has no command in the minor leagues, I don't know ball. Garcia's been on fire. Corey Seager is back. I agree, Young Savage. Peter, I'm taking Maldonado plus 675 to Homer. It's his time against Waldichuk. Good luck. I mean, we'd hope that would happen, right? He's due. All right, let's go over the model. Let's go over the Ballpark Pal model. Remember, we're going to go over games that a lot of people that you're about to hear come on, give their picks, and we'll tell you where the model is on. Bean Dip on TikTok. Yo, what's going on, my friend? All right. Remember, they simulate the game 1,000 times. Let's go over the first game on the model. What do we got first, Producer Cohen? Yanks, Reds. As you guys know, I've banned the Yankees. Last year I went 1-5 or 1-6 or some dumb shit on Yankees bets. So this year I've banned them. So I do not bet on Yankee games ever. And as you can tell, the Yankees are overvalued at this spot. Ben Lively is not that guy. What do I think is going to happen in this game? What I did want to show you is, because you really shouldn't trust anything I say on the Yankees. I'd be perfectly real with you. They like the under, which is very contrarian. Extremely. Right? You got Clark Schmidt, who's kind of a trash bag. Not really. I mean, he just is a reverse splits guy, but he's facing a lot of righties today. So we could have some success today. And the Yankees, if I do know anything about the Yankees, against guys like Ben Lively, sometimes they just don't show up. Like, they just fail to show up against guys who they should show up against. So 10.5 is a really big number. Maybe you consider taking the under here. As you could tell, there's value on the under. Is anyone man enough to take the under? Is anyone man enough to take this under 10.5? What do we think here, ladies and gentlemen? Is anyone man or woman enough to take that under? Is your model in love with Waldachuk? Let's see what the model. They're just in love with the A's every day for some fucking reason. Oh, we have Oakland. Let's just get to it then. Yeah, let's get to it next. Because as you could tell, I would say the best play in Yankees Reds based on the model is the under, even though I hate it. Not in Cincy, no way. Mike Brothwell. That's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think. The model does not like Waldachuk today, which could mean that the Astros win by 60. Because normally, but again, look at that, right? Plus 143, they still have, I do not have the balls to bet that under. Thrasher, I mean, man up, right? Man up. Okay. As we can tell, the model thinks the A's have value again. This freaking psychopath model. I love the model, though. I just think there's a bug in the system for how it likes the A's. Yeah, as you can tell. So, yeah, my producer's asking, right, it doesn't have them winning, but it has them winning more often than the plus 215 line would indicate, right? No real value on the total if it's at 9.5. Altuve's back tonight. The Astros may just blow them out. But Brandon Bielak is also not that guy. Anyone have a read on this play? Anyone have a read on this one? What do we think, ladies and gentlemen? Ken Waldachuk versus Brandon Bielak. I'm not even totally sure. Anyone have any ideas? Astros 1.5. It might just be Astros minus 1.5. But the model does like the A's. The model, I have no idea why the model likes the A's every day. Every day. The read is to not bet the game. Big bet, Connor, you're a smart person. You are a smart person. There are so many other games on the slate. This is not that. If the A's win, I will never doubt them again. All right, let's get to the Blue Jays game. This is a big game that everybody wants to know about, right? Thrasher, I know you're an Orioles guy. I'm taking first half A's plus 1.5. A's might take, D. Howlett, 16. I like it. I like the balls on you, my friend. I like the balls on you. All right. Right, 9.5. They think the total's pretty spot on. But here's one thing I know about Blue Jays versus Orioles games. They go over often. And it's sometimes square, it's sometimes sharp, and most of the time these games just go over. But I was talking about it on Javon's show, and Javon's going to be on later, that if you like the Orioles, you probably like the over, because assuming that if you think that the Orioles beat up on Kikuchi, you have to figure that the Blue Jays also hit Gibson relatively well. But you could also, if you like the Blue Jays, you might pair it with the under. Because if then you're going with the Eric Hosmer just signed to the Phillies. He's such a Philly because the Phillies just piss me off. No way. Is he on there? Let me see. Wade Miley. Wait, where'd you see Hosmer to the Phillies? Are you just making shit up? I think you're making shit up. Also, remember how Battenfield got smashed? No wonder, because now he's on the IL with a shoulder thing. He just did not look fully healthy in that start. And it's still pushed, which was good. But no, he didn't sign. I want him. Why would you want him? Why? No, just stick with Bohm at first and Edmundo Sosa at third. Yeah, but here's that Orioles-Blue Jays play. As we can tell, fake news, Phillies fans, you don't want him, man. Exactly. You do not want him. If you like the Blue Jays, I would lean towards the under. If you like the Orioles, I would lean towards the over. I kind of lean Orioles in the over. But how about let's hear from some other people? Is anybody in queue right now, Producer Cohen? Oh, we got to send the link in. But while we're waiting for some people to come in queue, anyone have any questions? Phil Zutley, Hosmer blows. Yes, he does, Phil Zutley. Yes, he does. Phil Zutley, you got any plays for us today? I know you know your ball. Mountcastle to go yard, plus 450, plus 425 on DK, plus 290 on FanDuel. 10.5 is nice over value. What are you talking about there? Mountcastle bases. Ooh, can't trust the Birds without Vladdy. No Vladdy today? Let's see the lineup. Let's see the lineup for the Jays. No, Vladdy's in it. So much fake news is being thrown around. Vladdy's back. I know he was hurt for a little bit, but he's back. Vladdy is back. Varsho's heating up a little bit. I mean, this is an A lineup. Danny Jansen. Blue Jays fans, haven't heard shit about Danny Jansen lately. You guys are all up my ass about how Danny Jansen is better than every catcher we ranked, and yet he's hitting 190. Any word, Blue Jays fans? Where are you? Where are you? Please, give me a break. Mountcastle's hitting third today. Yeah, he's probably going to nuke. I know Javon's going to come on and pitch him. Joey Ortiz is back. We love that. Joey Ortiz. Oh, but Adam Frazier is still. Oh, Joey Ortiz is playing third. Where's Ramon Arias? Is he hurt? Oh, yeah, he's on the 10 day. We got mid-mage? Let's go to mid-mage. In the car.
Hello?
Wearing his nice collared shirt. Ready to give us winners. How are you, my friend?
Hello, Peter. How are you?
Oh, muted.
No. You're good.
I don't hear him.
I hear Producer Cohen, which I usually can't, but hi, Producer Cohen.
Hold on, Matt. I can't hear you. Hold the phones.
Hi, Jake.
Is my plugged in? We hear him. I just don't hear him. Am I the only one who can't hear you? Wait, talk? Yeah, I can't hear him, dude. So everyone else can hear him except me. You know what? Now he's muted. Sorry, everyone. Hold on. Sorry, Matt. Give us a second. Talk again, Matt? Maybe should he jump back in and come back in?
Yeah. What?
All right. So we'll try again. It's Peter's mic. Now we can't. Hosmer's a nice veteran present. No, he isn't. All right. Now I still can't hear him,
Peter?
dude.
No?
Yeah.
I think you can hear me, Will, not Peter, though.
I can't hear him. Now we can't hear him.
Maybe it's Peter's stuff.
Sorry, Matt. I don't.
This stream can all hear him.
Yep, I can hear him. All right. How about he just pitches the plays and we'll figure out my mic. So yeah, you pitch. I'll just sit here and shut up.
Okay. So the first play, this is interesting. I think the first play, Cohen, is, do you mind giving me the first one?
We got Atlanta, Seattle.
The first 5 over 4.5. So as we all know, Bryce Elder has been fantastic. Bryce Miller has been even better. Both combined pitchers have a combined ERA under 3, and his total is 8.5 moving up. I think Bryce Miller is his fastball is amazing, but the lack of whiff percentage he gets with the combination of as many strikeouts he's getting, he's due for some bad regression in my opinion. And a lineup that just spams fastballs, that just loves hitting fastballs, is the Braves. And I think that we're going to see him get hit pretty heavy today in Miller and Elder. I know everyone's lost a lot of sharks, quote unquote, have lost money fading Bryce Elder, but I think today is a good day to where we see some of that regression and some of that Mariners offense get to Elder. Hey, handsome.
Now I can hear you. Oh,
what's
and
up?
I can also hear myself too. Damn it.
It's yeah. Echo.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going. I can hear myself, which is weird. So, continue.
Okay. So the first play was Elder and Miller, Braves versus Mariners. First 5 over 4.5. I heard you talked about it a little earlier. Definitely, it has sucked if you faded Bryce Elder this year. That guy is just the Cal Quantrill, apparently. He just defies statistics. But I think Bryce Miller, as good as he's been, with him spamming just fastballs, I really do think this Braves offense that loves hitting fastballs at home can get to him early and often. And Elder can give up at least 1 or 2 to get us over 4.5. I think this total being an 8.5 with as good as these two have been. Obviously, that's pretty telling. But both props have seen they're expecting them to have not a great day. So I'm going to ride with that trend as well.
Any reason you didn't take the full game over?
Yes, the Braves bullpen is pretty rested. They're better arms, and the Mariners bullpen, it wasn't used at all the last 2 games of the series versus the Red Sox. They used, when I talk about use, I mean more significant playing time because that's obviously when they're trying their hardest. So they're pretty rested, I should say, as well. They're not they didn't see any significant time in the Boston series outside of Game 1.
Sounds good. I am still hearing an echo, so get to your next play.
Yeah, so the next play, I am fading Cal Quantrill, but I'm also fading Cookie Carrasco. So it's not just Cal, but Cal coming off his most pitches thrown in quite some time in a start to where he didn't really pitch that great against the Angels, against the Mets offense that hasn't really done much of late. I really think the Mets, you've talked about it on the Just Baseball show on YouTube, I've watched it. It's very concerning the way they've been playing with their roster, with their payroll, with their salary. And as shitty as their record is, and I think just like the Yankees, when you come back against the Rays in the bottom of the
Oh, now they can't hear you. L audio, GG's. Oh, what's going on with the audio? We're learning. It's back now, people are saying. I hear Pete just mad is really low now. Yeah, I guess you gotta leave and come back. Ugh. Sorry, my friend. Okay, cool. Yeah, just wait 1 sec. Yeah. Do we still want to go to Jake right now?
We can go to Jake.
Also, mid-major, he was talking about the Mets versus Guardians over.
No, we only had 3 plays right.
Well, do you guys hear me?
They hear you.
Well, at least you can hear me.
Let's try to bring Jake on. See.
All right, let's
Yo, how's audio?
sound good to me. I hope everybody else. Can we get a 10-4s on audio?
Hello,
Jake,
hello,
you want to
hello.
talk for the people?
10 fours. Or Schmidt bump day.
We got him 10-4.
Let's go.
Perfect. Get into it, Jake. What's going on? Can we throw up that leaderboard to show where Jake is? Because
shipped
did-
from Corey Dickerson 2-run home run. That was not part of my game script.
not part of the game script.
Was it part of your game script when you leaned the over? Corey, yeah, you saw.
Yeah.
The Horace Hilaire home run was part of the game script, though. I'm not. That was definitely a part of it. That guy's pretty good at baseball. But
And the only reason I put it up is Tomas took the lead.
well, we got to go hard today, Pete.
Let's hear it.
Today we got a sweep. So it is Clark Schmidt bump day, Peter, and he gets his best split today, and I'm so excited to back this guy because the books have no idea how to price this guy when he faces a righty-heavy lineup. They've been pricing him horribly every single time, whether it be the total or their money line, and either or has came through every single time he's faced a heavy lefty-righty lineup. Like, for example, like when he faced the A's. I mean, it's say what you want about the A's. You could say they're bad, but that's not a bad lineup. That's a top 15 road offense. He pitched well, 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Only had to face 2 lefties that game. Guardians, I can't believe he actually didn't get hit up more against them, but then he went at a team like the Blue Jays, another righty-heavy lineup, 5.2 innings and no earned runs. I mean, that's pretty solid. He had 3 runs, but they're unearned. So every time he's faced a pretty righty-heavy lineup, outside when he faced the Angels where he got lit up, but that's just because Shohei Ohtani hit a 3-run job, and, that's lefty, right? So, and there's not really a dominant lefty I'm really fearing today, like how the Angels have Shohei Ohtani. The Reds are throwing out only 2 lefties today, and they go by the names of Jake Fraley and came up here, and Henry Ramos.
Henry Ramos.
Ramos. So yeah, those are 2 guys I don't really fear at all. And his total at 10.5, I do expect it to kind of soar under because I think we get a Clark Schmidt masterclass today. I know it's a small park, but like team is like this. The Reds are like bottom 20 in WRC plus at home this year.
Yeah, but WRC plus it counts for the ballpark factor.
Oh, okay.
So what's OPS?
I can pull it up right now. Okay, at home this year, they are. God dang it, where are they? I can't even find them.
But regardless, you like this split. Let's get up.
They're
Sorry,
16th
go ahead.
at home in OPS.
16th.
And then against righties at home, they are. They are also 16th. That's kind of funny. But yeah, it's not really a team that's really too scary at home, despite playing the small ballpark and Clark Schmidt getting his best split. And like this guy isn't just like good against righties. Like he's damn good against righties. It's actually kind of shocking. His sweeper has a 185 XBA and a whiff rate of 30%. His sinker is not the best. It has like a 316 XBA on it. He's throwing the ball 34% of the time. But his curveball and his cutter are both pretty dominant pitches against righties. His off speed's nasty. And one thing we know about this Reds lineup, they do not hit off speed well. They're going to be seeing off speed only about like 63% of the time today from Clark Schmidt. So I like this matchup for him. Righty heavy lineup and a pitcher who throws a lot of off speed pitches. I like him to pitch well today. And for another pick, I mean, this team just doesn't lose. I mean, if you can come on every day and just say I'm taking this team and like no one will ever argue against you. And I'm taking the Orioles today. So, I mean, Kyle Gibson is a guy who I'm not going to back and be like, yeah, this is a start where he's shoved, but it's just more of just like how these Orioles do it. So Kikuchi, he's due for some regression. He's posting a 3.9 ERA this year with a 5x ERA, and the Orioles are a top 5 team this season against lefties. And this just feels like a start where like everyone wants to fade the Orioles. The Blue Jays are minus 160, and then whether it be Dean Kramer, whether it be Tyler Wells last year, whether it be Kyle Gibson, they just come out and they just give you a quality start. Am I wrong about that with these Orioles pitchers? Sometimes
no, in terms of just looking at the Orioles altogether. But when I'm looking at the Orioles against the Jays, where both offenses tend to come and play, I almost think, and correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you capped this game closer than I did because of course I'm not on it.
I'm kind of.
But do you lean the over with?
Yes, I lean the over, but like the thing is though, is that like this Orioles bullpen, man, It is scary. And Bautista and Cano both did not pitch yesterday. I expect the Orioles to have the lead through 5. I put the mid lead in this whole game. I get both those guys available. I don't care how much the Blue Jays score against the Orioles. I mean, Cano is just, dude, that guy is so good at baseball. I love watching him pitch. So I think they got the bullpen advantage. The Blue Jays, their bullpen is a little more rested than you expect coming off that Yankee series with the innings that Nate Pearson gave him last night. I know Eric Swanson shouldn't be available, but I know Romano, Yimi Garcia, and another arm I'm thinking about. I think Tyler Bass is also available, which guy I don't really fear too much. But it's not as taxy you think it is. But, I mean, this Orioles bullpen is top 3. It's been playing amazing all year. And I think once the Kyle Gibson gets out of there, this deep Orioles bullpen can kind of start to shut the door, which I can kind of see the Blue Jays do it as well. But I do give the edge to the Orioles bullpen on this side. So I think Cousins can give it enough runs where to make the bullpens decide the game. And when it gets to that point, I mean, Orioles plus 130, I just have to take that. This is just a dog spot that I love. I do lean the over as well, but I'm a bit scared. If I would play the over, I'd play the first 5 over, not full game, because I hate taking overs with 2 really good bullpens.
What about Oakland versus Astros?
Oh, that game is soaring. This is like easily my most confident play today. So Brent Belock, you look at his paper, and he's got a 3.29 ERA, but dude, I woke up this morning, hit the lab a little bit, and I pulled up his Savant page. My eyes were so wide. He has a hard hit right this season. Very short stint. He's only pitched about 13 innings, but in this time, his balls are getting hit hard 49% of the time, and he has an 8.27 xERA, a 500 x WOBA, an expected batting average of 321, x slug of 650. I mean, like, this guy is just. This is one of the worst baseball Savant pitches I've ever seen. I mean, this guy is getting lucky up his ass so far, and this A's lineup. I can't remember the exact number. Cam told me this. Cam has money told me this, but like A's first 5 overs in a row this year are hitting like over a 60% clip. Like they are soaring over. And we get Altuve back lineup time for the Astros. And I'm not going to go in too much about Ken Waldichuk. I'm pretty sure everyone here is part of the Ken Waldichuk fade party because this guy, I can definitely say there's some better pitchers, but I think the A's may have the pitching advantage today. Slight pitching advantage, but this is a game where I expect plenty of runs from both offenses. A's buzz on the road. Astros facing one of my lowest graded pitchers in the MLB. I'm going the first 5 here. I do like the full game over as well, but just this Astros bullpen, I mean, it's very shaky. And with this A's bullpen, which is the worst in MLB, but I really like to target these 2 starting pitches here because I like them both to get hit up. I think both offenses explode through 5.
All I'm trying to do now is see where the first 5 innings is. Yeah, because right now it's at 5.5. Would you take it?
Yeah, but I'll go like, yeah, I'll take it. I think this game soars for sure. I'll take it.
Phenomenal, man. And then the I just keep hearing my own echo. The Prize Picks entry, because we're gonna create a community entry. So this is one. Break both of them down, and then we'll take one of them and maybe put it in the community.
Got taken off the board, so I have him for a run, but he is no longer on the Prize Picks board. So I'll kind of break down Kyle Riley here. So Bryce Elder, he's my mortal enemy. This guy, I've watched so many of his starts because I'm fading him, and this guy just sucks. And nothing pisses me off more when I bitch about Bryce Elder on Twitter, and all I get replies are saying, "Dude, he has a 2 ERA. He's good." Nothing makes this guy is my biggest enemy. Everything I've had in my entire life. I mean, every ball. The Blue Jays last time he played, they had 10 balls hit over 100 miles per hour. Only 2 of them became hits. Like, this is like the luckiest pitcher I've ever watched my own eyes ever. Through 5 innings, the Blue Jays had a 375 expected batting average, and they had a total of 4 hits. It's just like this guy is due for some regression, and instead of directly kind of fading him today, because he has struggled a lot against lefties, I decided to take I tried to really target Mariners bats today. I'm on a couple of them. I'm on Kelenic as well. I'm on Kyle Riley, and I'm sprinkling JP Crawford home run. I think this is the spot for him to do it. But I'll talk more about Kyle Riley today. I know we're talking about Bryce Elder. So Bryce Elder this season against left-handed batters, he is supporting a 4-seamer, a sinker, and a slider. Now, how is 4-seamers doing against lefties this year? How about a nice, juicy 500 x WOBA? Not very good. And then we got a sinker supporting a 430 x WOBA. And then his slider, which is good, but he only throws 24% of the time. and Cal Raleigh does hit sliders pretty well. So going down to Cal Raleigh against four seamers this season, he has a pretty porous stats, a 178 XBA. He's got a hard hit rate over 50%, so I'd like that. And against sinkers this season, he has a 5-run value. He is slugging of 1100 off it, batting average of 529, an xWOBA of where's the xWOBA at? Hold on. An xWOBA, this is crazy, dude. Guess his xWOBA against sinkers this year, like higher or lower.
Just tell me.
728.
Jeez. All right, so we got Cal Raleigh written on the Google Doc.
Yeah, Kyle Riley mashes sinkers, and against sliders this year, he hits pretty well as well. He has an xWOBA of 380 against a hard rate of 40%. And then against sinkers, he also supports a 70% hard hit rate. So, I mean, this is a matchup where I would, if I'm playing Kyle Riley in the books, I take his total bases, his home run. I mean, this is a guy like this, he tends to just go yard in these spots. And you break it down even more. I wish you could do more on this, but you go to Baseball Savant and you see how he does against lefty, like, pitch
Yeah,
types.
you're good. You're good. This is plenty. This is absolutely plenty.
Okay, well, one more thing though. He also has a 400 XP against righty fastballs this year.
You got to understand that if you're breaking down all these numbers and he doesn't do shit, like, this is a bad look.
Is it a bad look? I mean, it's the play. This is a play you got to take. Like, it makes sense. You
No.
just chalk it if it doesn't.
No, it makes total sense. I got it written down. Jake, appreciate you, my friend. So we are going to roll with the Yankees through the first 5. We're going to roll with Orioles money line, Oakland versus Houston first 5 over 5. But you're saying you would take it at 5.5.
Correct.
You're saying you would take it at 5.5?
Correct.
Perfect. And then this prize picks entry, and for the community, you're going to go with Cal Raleigh.
SG Ruby is off the board. I like Cal Raleigh more anyways. So.
Perfect. Thanks for coming on, my friend.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace. Is there any way to – is the old mic –
I want to fix it, but last time I tried fixing it, they couldn't hear the clap.
Okay, so we'll just keep rolling with this. Hopefully everybody is hearing everything correctly. My only issue is that I hear my own echo.
Yeah, the only way to fix that is by muting it for everybody. It's like
We'll keep going. Is mid-major?
it's supposed to be Anthony. Is there anyone in there?
Tomas.
Whoa, Tomas.
So no mid-major?
He didn't come back. I don't know.
All right. Can you flash mid-majors?
Yeah. Well, here we got Tomas up there.
All right. Let's get to Tomas. What's up, brother?
Not much. I'm ready to win some money today, Peter. If I could have the WWE entrance right now and like the music and everything, I would, because I got a max freaking play today and I'm ready to rock. Let's do this.
Let's do this, my friend. So basically, the floor is yours. As people can tell, Tomas is up 7.75 units on stream. The man, the myth, the legend. He's been giving us winners all year long, and he's rolling with an old friend. Let me hear the pitch of why the Cleveland Guardians are a max play today.
Yeah, we're talking about a plus money max play, and I'm all for it. First off, Carlos Carrasco is making a return from the IL, and before this, he was probably statistically one of the worst pitchers in baseball. 0-2, 8.56 ERA. He was in the bottom 6% of the league in expected slugging percentage, bottom 4% in expected WOBA, and bottom 4% in expected ERA. And he's also only had 8 strikeouts in 13 2/3 inning pitch. His off speed, his fastball, there's no movement. His lack of movement has been very noticeable to start the season. His fastball thrown at 30.7% of the time, and opponents are batting 286 with an expected batting average of 315 and an expected slugging of 614. And his vertical movement on these pitches compared to the MLB average is horrible. His fastball minus 2.2 inches of run, his curveball minus 3.4 inches of run. And he's also struggled to get opposing hitters to chase pitches out of the zone, leaves them falling behind the count. A lot of fastballs, a lot of sinkers that he throws, and those pitches get mashed. Opponent's chase percentage 22.8, whiff percentage at only 20%, and he's only throwing a first pitch strike 49% of the time. And when he gets behind in the count, again, like I said, forced to throw that fastball or his sinker, and opponents are batting 545 against his sinker this season. And on the flip side, Cal Quantrill, he's kind of figured it out. April was horrible. But in May, 20 to 30 innings pitched, 2.21 ERA, 0.98 WHIP, and he's also pitched better on the road, 3.38 ERA over 4 starts. It's simple enough, Peter. If Quantrill is able to get out of the first inning, because that's where he struggled all year, if he gives me a 1-2-3 inning or he doesn't give up any runs, it's going to be that start. He's going to do it for us. Also, too, I like this Guardians lineup. Jose Ramirez is back. He was on the bereavement list because he had a death in the family. Josh Naylor is also back in the lineup, and it's Carlos Carrasco. Some guy on my Twitter today said it perfectly. He said, Cookie Carrasco is getting dunked in milk today, and he is. He is getting shelled right off the bat. Also, too, from a betting standpoint, the Mets opened as -180 favorite. The Guardians were +145 on the money line. This morning, the Mets went down to 150. The Guardians were a 125 dog. The first 5, I locked them in at +120. I've seen it continue to go down. I'm taking it. I love the play. I think there is so much value on Cleveland at plus money. I know me and you were texting about it yesterday, but this Mets team just beat the Rays. They just finally won a series since like April. They beat the best team in baseball, and I think there's way too much way too many people are like, oh, the Mets are going to win today. Just beat the Rays. They're at home. Let's go. Carlos Carrasco's on the mound, whatever. No. Also, too, Guardians fare well in interleague matchups. They're 13-3 in their last 16 interleague road games, and they're 6-0 in their last 6 interleague road games against a right-handed starter. Come on, baby. Give me the Guardians. 3 units. Let's rock.
You make me want to cry. You make me want to cry because you're taking my old friend. And the reason, everyone asks, why haven't you tailed Cal Quantrill lately? Well, the problem with tailing Cal Quantrill is we went on a nice run. And I kind of think of it as like a, maybe you have a girlfriend in college, right? And she moves away to a different state. And you're not ready to break up yet. You didn't really get closure. But it's time to go. We had a great run. And now it's time for you to take over that run. 3-unit, max, Guardians, great pitch. Good luck, my friend.
Thank you, Peter.
Thanks for coming on.
Hey, why not us?
Why not us? Talk to you soon.
We might get mid-major back. I don't know yet, but we have Anthony.
Yeah. We have Mr. Anthony DeBundo coming on from the Action Network in order to give us some winners. I don't know. If I were you, I would start buying stock in Anthony because slowly he's creeping up the leaderboard. Producer Cohen, can you flash the leaderboard? Because I remember Anthony, who was in the -6 unit range, and then it just keeps going up and up and up because he's too damn smart to be in the red. So let's get to your first play. What are we on?
Well, we'll just keep going with that conversation about Quantrill and Carrasco. Carrasco was really bad. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. I like the under 9 tonight, though, -115. We have to talk about the hitting environment tonight at Citi Field because it is not going to be very friendly. We have temperatures in the mid-50s around first pitch, mid to high 50s, getting even colder as we get later into the game. I know that Jose Ramirez is back, so that will help the Guardians' offense a little bit, but this is still an offense that has not slugged. And when Carrasco's run into trouble this year, and in the past couple of years, it's been the long ball. Guardians' bottom 3 offense, isolated power, not an offense that takes advantage of guys who give up homers very well. And the other side, as much as the Mets have the home run leader, their same problems exist for them. They're bottom 7 as a team in ISO, and they're just a 101 WRC+. Once the starters get out of this game, the bullpen should be able to shut it down. We know how good Cleveland's bullpen is. Top 5 projected bullpen. Mets above average. Also, I know Carrasco was really, really bad in his in his limited outings this year, but he also was injured. And I do think injury could have played a potential role in that. He had a velocity uptick in his rehab starts in AA. I know it was AA rehab start. It was pretty shortened outings, only 52 pitches in the last one, which also leads me to believe he's going to be on a little bit of a tighter leash, which will prevent him potentially from seeing the lineup a third time.
Anthony, I love the plays. Can you hear me? If I can hear, yeah. I think and anyone in chat, can you still hear Anthony? I assume you can't. I think our collab cam just dropped. I mean, this has been a disaster of technology today. Absolute disaster of technology. Can you just flash Anthony's plays? Anthony, thank you for coming on, my friend. We got your plays up. I'm sorry. It's technology. I don't know what's going on with this function. We may just have to, ladies and gentlemen, like switch our carriers. Like, there's no way that Streamlabs can just keep doing this to us. Like, it drops the audio, it drops this.
And it says you're out. It says these are working.
Yeah, and it says like the mic is working. Like, obviously this is early on in our streaming, but there is no good reason why the technology should just fail every time. We tried with Streamlabs. This is a new week. Over the weekend, we might just have to completely switch the way that we stream. Because, like, there is no reason that this technology should just fail every single time. There is no reason for that. Streamlabs, I'm calling you out. Like, you freeze every 2 minutes. This is unbelievable. Streamlabs. Like, I'm going to ruin your reputation. This is terrible. It's a terrible, like, ugh.
The chat's gonna want us to restart.
Yeah, and I assume the chat is going to want us to restart. I assume that we don't just want the plays up top. We want to hear people, give out their plays. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the stream, restart it here in about 2 seconds. Sorry, ladies. I don't know what to do. Obviously, I'm very upset. Like, this technology should not be working the way that it is. So